Good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm just about done with this kitchen. Not yet. I haven't put my tablecloth on, I haven't waxed the floors, I haven't cleaned the sink yet. Anyway, I'm moving as fast as I can. I'm already tired. Okay, what I got was 2.5 pounds of chicken breasts. Okay, and what I did was I cut them in chunks because I'm going to make chicken McNuggets, or chicken nuggets if you wish to say it, but that's, what did I just do? Oh well, never mind. So I cut them up into chunks about this size, okay? And listen, if I lose it, don't get upset. I'm tired. I've been going since 4 o'clock this morning. I hate cleaning the kitchen because it's like the bathroom. You have so much water, you build up mold in the bathroom and you have to scrub it all the time. And then in the kitchen, because you cook, you end up with that grease all over the place. And if I'm not wearing an apron, don't worry, I got a big baggy paint shirt on because I'm too tired to put an apron on. Okay, I'm gonna put all of these nuggets into a bowl. Just dump them in. I've already cleaned them and pat them dry and everything. And what am I going to serve with this? I'm going to serve a new coleslaw. That's right, this is a new one. I've not had this one before. I've had a lot of coleslaws, but this one's a new one, so I am going to do that. And I have some leftover French bread, and I'm going to make garlic bread out of it, garlic toast out of it. Okay, so I hope you can hear me. Oh, by the way, somebody informed me that if you cannot hear me because I talk so softly, they said they have closed caption and you can turn it on. I've never used it, so I don't know. I thought I had to turn it on. They said no, you can turn it on if you have a problem hearing me because I do talk soft. This is buttermilk I'm putting in here. I just made yogurt, so I am not going to sit there and use the yogurt. We'll use buttermilk this time. Buttermilk and plain yogurt are interchangeable. People don't know that, but you can if you're using it to coat meat, to cause flours and stuff to adhere to it, and seasonings. I have been watching the program, and I hear everybody says, count your calories, count your calories. You've got to get our calories. My thing is if you get your protein, your calories go in check. If you count your calories, you never get your protein. Most people don't know that, but if you count your proteins, you always hear me counting proteins, because when you count your proteins, the calories will follow in check. But when you count your calories, you always miss your protein and you minus those proteins. So I have 2.5 pounds of chicken breast here. This is all meat. So let's do a quick calculation. Now you know 1 pound is 16 ounces and two of them is 32 ounces, and then add half a pound, which is 8 to the 32, which is 40 ounces. Every 3 ounces is 25 grams of protein. All right, so start calculating in 3 ounces into 40, which is 12 times 25. Does that tell you how much protein that's in this dish that I'm making? Just this simple little dish. And I didn't even count the vegetables. A cup of vegetables usually adds up to 1 gram of protein. So always remember that. Memorize your grams, your protein grams, and your calories will always follow in suit, and you'll be fine. But if you just count calories, you are going to miss your protein. You'll notice things start happening to you. You're more tired, more this, more that, because then you'll notice you get sicker faster and everything else. A lot of people don't know that chicken nuggets that you buy in the store, or I'm not going to mention the store where they started the chicken nuggets, has fillers in it. When they have fillers, it's usually flours and stuff, and they put in a little bit of chicken and mix it up. So you don't get the protein grams that you want, but if you do this yourself, you get those protein grams, and then you don't have to worry. I have to drink. Believe you me, I have not had any water. So anyway, always remember, now if you want me to do a video and we go back over those counting of proteins, it's very easy. Matter of fact, I'll do it right here. You have an ounce, which is 2 tablespoons, equals 1 gram of protein. So if you have a glass of milk, which is 8 ounces, you've got 8 grams of protein. 2 eggs will always equal 13. So 1 egg is 6.5, but most people have 2, so you got 13 grams right there, right away. All meat and fish, 3 ounces is 25 grams of protein. You need 70 grams just to hold a maintenance on your body. That's not extra for the extra hard work you do if you're lifting or you're a construction worker, any hard labor or pregnancy. Those proteins, they shoot up because she's got 2 bodies she's got to build up. So she needs almost double that. I know she's going to get this big, but if she nurses, all that weight will come off, because remember, your body is also going to be making milk for the baby, so you're going to put on that extra weight so you have the milk to feed the baby. So that's where your extra protein goes, and that also goes for the building of that baby that you're carrying inside of you, as well as the repair of your body and the maintenance of yours. So always think meats are 3 ounces is always 25, 2 eggs is always 13, and an ounce of milk, be it buttermilk, be it yogurt, whole milk, it's 1 gram. If you can memorize that, you can pretty much bet that you've got your proteins pretty much on cue, as they say, or on point. Now, I don't know if I gave you this. I never remember which ones I give you. But I'm going to use poultry seasoning. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm going to sprinkle it all over this, so I'll show you. And am I going to be heavy-handed? Of course I am. It's me. Now, a woman asked me that she'd like to know more about me. I don't know what to tell you about me. I think I'm just a very normal person. I love to craft. As a woman, I love my crafts. I don't have time for them. I'm trying to have a garden, but the gopher, like I said, might get that big, he eats the whole thing. He doesn't leave me anything. He doesn't like rhubarb, he doesn't like asparagus, and he's left my tomatoes alone. So I know I can grow those, and he doesn't like okra. And I didn't really plant a lot of okra because I didn't trust him. But he ate everything else. He ate the lettuce, the beets, the rhubarb. I mean, my potatoes got, oh, my son mowed over my potatoes. I said, this is great. So me and gardening do not work very well. But I put it out there. If the animals get it, well, I'll just go to the store. At least I got a store to go shopping, you know. Now you can see I put a lot on this because I want a lot of flavor on this. And yes, I'm going to toss them in some flour. You can see I don't even have the tablecloth on my table yet. I just wiped it down real quick, emptied the sink, got the dishes out of the sink, and then I said, I got to start cooking. I've got a son that keeps coming down every 20 minutes looking at me. I get the message. Okay, we got these seasoned. Hold on. This is flour I collect when I cook. I'm going to take all this flour. There's already seasonings in here, so this is going to be very well seasoned. I'm going to sift it because I have particles in it from the baking earlier, the cooking I did earlier. Most of the time when I say baking, people say, okay, what did she make? Oh, I don't have as many particles, but I do have some. Okay. I don't think that's going to be enough flour. But we will see. Let me now get a frying pan. Like I told you, I don't have everything together. frying pan. Okay, let me see. Here's my oil. Okay, I don't have any extra oil, so I'm gonna have to put another bottle of corn oil. I'll get you over here soon. Just give me a minute, that's all I need. You know what's nice? Sometimes sitting out on the back porch and having popcorn as the sun goes down. I think that's enough oil. Okay, I'm going to take this chicken. We're going to roll it in this. We want a good one. I thought about putting breadcrumbs in here, but I don't know if I want to. Maybe I should. It'd be interesting. What the heck? Why not? I'm going to use Panko, P-A-N-K-O, breadcrumbs. See if we can get a crunchiness on these. Turn the oil on, it's heating up before we start frying these up. Now the thing is that when you make your chicken nuggets, they're not going to be perfectly shaped and stuff, because factories design up how they want their cuts, so it cuts perfectly the way they want. But I'm not doing that. I'm not going to waste chicken, and I'm not going to sit there and do that. You must have wondered where I went this morning. I was climbing up to get over on top of the refrigerator, climbing the cabinets to clean the counter to get up to the top cabinets. It's been a long 2 weeks of cleaning, because every time I start to clean, something else comes up and I had to stop. And I said, I'm going to finish this house if it kills me, you know. And I got a lot of it done. And now I said, I said, well, I'm not going to start in the bathroom again. Dang. Okay, let's see, where can I put this? I'm thinking out loud. I'm going to move you around, because I know you want to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to make sure. I have to do the flouring behind you, but you've already saw how I'm starting to do it, so you know how it's going to be done. I actually took a razor, single edge, and I was really scraping grease off. I know, my mother would say, every time you cook, clean it. But I do so much cooking. I'd be cleaning it 4 times a day. And I said, no, I'll do it this way. I know you can't see everything, but that's because I'm moving it over here. What I did was put a drop of water in it. I wanted to see how hot the oil was. So that's what I did. I started early this morning. The only thing I had was a glass of buttermilk. I got halfway through the cleaning and I said I'm going to take 2 pieces of toast and put peanut butter and jelly on it because I was so hungry. Just so I could get through the rest of this. Go on. You're going to bubble up. I know what you're going to do. Don't I know it? Here it goes. Let me clean up some. This smells good. I didn't think it was going to smell that good, but it's really smelling good. Now I'm going to continue frying these like this until they're done. And then I will get on to that coleslaw. It's a new one. Let me get my cookbook while that's going on. I'm here now, I'm just looking for it. Okay, cauliflower, carrot, cashew. Was it 162? everything but that. Okay. $2.24. That's easy. I'm definitely not going to make that one. I can't find it right now. That's really, really great. That sounds like me. $1.54. I can't even get those vegetables. I can't make that one. Now I'm going to continue frying these and I'll show you when they're all done. Well, I can't show you how to make that new coleslaw because we ate the apples. I knew I bought those apples for a reason, but I got so into cleaning I forgot about it. One lady said she wanted to know more about me. Well, I was born in Connecticut. My father was in the military, so he was stationed in Connecticut, and let's see, from there we went to Texas. I grew up in Texas. I met my husband in Texas. He brought me up here, and I live on the outskirts of the metropolitan area. Matter of fact, I can walk to New Jersey. I've got a river across the way, across the street. If you walk 4 or 5 blocks up there, there's a wildlife reserve. And if we walk in the evening or early morning, we get to see the turkeys and everything. I just heard a crow. I had 3 children. I lost my little girl at 7 months. And I have 2 sons. And I lost my husband. I did not get along with my parents or my brothers. I left them. Like left Houston in a cloud of smoke, you know, the mamas and papas. Well, I left Texas that way. And I didn't talk with them for over 50 years. And then my older brother told me his second wife got in touch. I think she found me. And I gave my brother a test. I asked him 3 questions because he said, I think you're my sister. And I said, I gave him 3 questions. He was the only one who could have answered. That's how I found my older brother. And then my older brother told my younger brother, because I'm the middle child, I had an older brother and a younger brother, and he got in touch with me. And my older brother sort of put his foot down on me. Now I'm what, 71? Hello? And he's trying to put me on Big Brother. So I told him off, and he only texts me like happy birthday, happy holidays, or something's important. Like my mother passing, but I wasn't concerned about my mother's passing. She and I had it out over a personal issue that I do not wish to share. But I can tell you I almost bit her finger off. She told me never to raise my voice, never to raise a hand to her or anything, so I never did. And she didn't say I couldn't bite her. And when I had it up to here, I was drowning, and she went to say, let me tell you. One more, I tell you, and I bit her finger. Almost bit it off. I was so mad with her. So, I hadn't spoken with her, and my father is dead, doing what he does best, climb. I think I'm following in his footsteps because I climb at my age. And when my brother told me it was the way my father went, that I started laughing. It was hilarious. He said, "This is not funny, Sandy." I said, but it's hilarious the way he went. Patience is a virtue. So I lost both my parents. My two sibling brothers, the only siblings I have, are alive. And I've been in touch with my older brother for about a year and a half now. But we really don't talk much. And my younger brother just got in touch with me. And that's pretty much my life. My husband's dead now. I am a widow. And I have two cats, Taffy and Amber. Pip, you heard, he passed. That's pretty much it. I got a big house I have to clean and take care of, and I try gardening, and the wild animals don't let me. But I'm just a normal person doing my normal things that I do, like most women. That's all. What got me into nutrition? Like I told you, I started with Julia Child. My mother told me point blank I was going to learn from her or get hit. So I learned from her a lot. Then Adele Davis. And then with my husband getting sick, that really, I was playing around in the kitchen, not real sure about what I was going to do in the kitchen, trying this recipe, that recipe, they weren't coming out. I was having problems working with it, and then finally, it just all clicked, and I said, I got it, and that's it. But it was like a road. I could follow the recipes, but if I wanted to make them more nutritious, I had to go through these steps and stages of learning and experimenting and seeing the trash a lot of food, and the dogs ate it and everybody else, but we didn't. But I finally got it down. And that's pretty much my life. Very simple. Have I traveled? Yes. I have left the country. And people in other countries, they have different cultures. And then my husband's friends were from like everywhere. And I learned a lot from them as well. But I have gone through stages of using HGH, trying to help my husband, trying to correct what the medicine had done, but it was too late. Yeah, my husband wanted me to start a business selling it. I started to, but he got so sick, my whole world just turned upside down, and I just spent all the time caring for him. I mean, I woke up caring for him. I was with him all day long. When he went to bed, I had to put him to bed and do things like that, set up his machines and stuff. And this went on for a long time, so I didn't have outside friends or anything else. I was just centered on my husband. Women will do this when our husbands get sick. You usually don't sit there and say, well, it's your problem. When there's that love and bond, you fight, and you're there like 24/7. They even said one time they wanted to put him in a nursing home, and I looked at them. And they said, and we will want you to sign this affidavit that the money he receives, his disabilities and stuff, will be coming to us. And she didn't know that I had promised my husband I would never put him in a nursing home. So I never did it. I took him home and cared for him. Now, I have a sister-in-law, and she is as unique can be. She's probably gone now because she's older than I am. And I told my husband, if I ever die first, don't tell her I'm gone. And he said, why? I said, she would make the association that because you and I are married, that she is your sister, that she'd have a right to the money and everything that I own. And he said, you're kidding. I said, no, this is her. I mean, your sister is Greed, Greed. I mean, she is, put a Y on it, greedy. you know. So I made him promise, listen, if I go first, don't you dare tell her that I passed. He said, okay. What a funny pet to have in life. I said she would make a trail to anything to get to Muddy. I'm taking the chicken out and putting more in. So that's some of my crazy life. Most people just have children and raise them in life. That's it. No, mine went everywhere else but. It wasn't normal. But I made it as normal as I could, no matter where I was. I was going to make it normal. I am just, putting seasonings on the cuts. Just adding more, not just frying. Oh, I know Winter and Bonnie would love this chicken. Those are my neighbor's dogs. Oh my God. Winter would gorge himself. That little dog eats, I don't think he chews the food. He swallows everything. He goes, Hurp. I found one piece and I gave it to him and I said, now I slow you down. So Bonnie could get something because he eats everything. He's an endless pit. He's the littlest of them. Bonnie's petite. He sits there and he knows what he wants. He eats what he wants and then he'll leave the rest if he's not hungry. But this little one, Winter man, he packs everything in. So I said, okay. I went to the butcher's and I had a big piece of fat with meat on it. I said, put that in the bag, I want that. It took him 5 minutes. He kept on trying to swallow it and he had to chew it. And he was frustrated and Bonnie was getting the other pieces. And I said, well, I know how to slow down Winter. Because he's usually gulp, gulp, and he doesn't, he really doesn't chew anything. I have got a lot of chicken here. Well, enough of me. You heard something of my life. If you want to know, have I ever colored my hair? No. No, I haven't. The gray you see, I started, God, I was a little girl, 7 or 8, I started graying. And Grandma told me it was God's wisdom. The gray hair showed that you were wise for your age. Well, anyway, let me get back to frying. Okay, here they are. Here's my chicken McNuggets. A lot different than what you get in the store, but do remember when you buy in the stores like that, they're fillers, so you're not getting the real protein count that you need. So listen, I want you to have a good afternoon and evening, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.